Hello, beautifuls! My voice is like half alive right now. But hello, welcome back to my channel, and welcome if you are new. My name is Aria, and it is so lovely to be in your presence and in your light today. Thank you for taking a moment to dive a little bit deeper into inner child work. So this is really going to be some divine reminders that I feel called to share at this time when it comes to inner child work. I do a lot of this, not only for myself, but with all of my clients and in all of my containers that I've ever created. This has been such a pillar of healing at this time, and the sun will be coming out quite a bit. It is partly cloudy here, so I might be like... Anyway, let's get into what Source has for us, what my higher self has for us at this time when it comes to inner child work. So I want to say the very first thing when it came to this, when it came to actually letting go of the past and releasing these attachments, because this is what we get to do. We get to repattern ourselves, repattern those beliefs and the stories that we've been telling ourselves ever since we were a child that still hold a really powerful emotional charge within us, or it may be completely subconscious and we don't even realize why we're doing the things that we're doing, or moving in the way that we're moving, or having the experiences that we're experiencing, because these stories and these beliefs have really gone to the space of the subconscious. So within this work, we are releasing the past, we are releasing attachments, we are allowing things to be rewritten in our lives. And this is such an exciting thing, that we actually get to be conscious and to choose that which aligns with us, to choose what is important to us, our core values in our life. So really shifting into the space of not only just being with all the emotions and being aware of all the stories that are coming up, and aware of how you felt and all the relationships and everything that went on, you know, in your childhood, that which is important to remember, because remember, not everything is important to remember. Instead of being in that place of just being aware, it's so important to create action steps and regular rituals for ourselves, regular divine reminders for ourselves to move forward. So there can just be a lot of noise, and this crow is like throwing me off track, but there can be like a lot of noise within our experience when it comes to practicing the act of letting go, because we're like, oh, I'm gonna release, but also like it's really hard and it's easier said than done and all of these things. And what's really beautiful that has really helped me is giving myself grace. Giving myself grace, offering myself patience. Patience has been a lifelong lesson for me, and will continue to be, I feel like, because it is a practice of not feeling like we need to be productive, that we need to be doing something, constantly going towards something. So when we can actually sit back and give ourselves grace for the moments that we are still holding on, because maybe we're not ready to let go. And this is just a plain fact that some of us have to realize, like, maybe this is not the time. A lot of the time, the letting go happens within the repatterning, the integration, the reprogramming of these beliefs, and this takes baby steps along the way. This takes in those little moments when you're feeling that trigger, when you're having that emotional reaction, when you are thinking something, or going back to your inner child yourself in any moment. Those are the moments that are going to create a lasting effect on your life, that is going to lead you into deeper embodiment of what is actually true and authentic to you, what feels good, what is calling in and attracting your soulmates, what is calling in and attracting what is true and honest for you, and what is aligned for you, instead of being in this place that is no longer in alignment with your healing journey at this time. I invite you to begin seeing where you can pour more compassion into yourself in the moments that you may react and get triggered. Can you bring some compassion to those moments? Can you bring not only that awareness, but that love to that moment, to be like, all right, yeah, I totally reacted in this way and I knew I was doing it. Like, sometimes we really know when we're doing this work, when we're doing it, when we're reacting, when we're triggered, and we just kind of move with that energy and not shift it in the moment, because it takes practice. It really does take practice to allow the shifting to actually occur. So yes, offering yourself just a moment even after it's happened, to check in with yourself and not to judge yourself in that moment. It can be really easy to be like, oh, I know what I'm supposed to be doing and all of these things, and to like put ourselves down. But that is the opposite of what we are going towards, right? We want to really bring in more loving kindness to ourselves and in turn to others, and more compassion and understanding, so that, you know, that part of us, the inner child part of us, feels safe, all right? Instead of us telling it all of these things. And just like imagine you're talking to your little one, you know, the little you inside. Just imagine them, and like, would you say all of these things to them? Would these thoughts be really empowering to them? Or if you have a child, like, think, would you say all that to your child? And would all of the thoughts that in your head be nourishing to them? So in those moments afterwards, we get to nourish ourselves. We get to recognize what's going on. And with the integration process, we get to talk to ourselves, move through it, to allow the energy to move. Don't just stay there and be like, oh, it sucks and this is hard. Everything's hard, right? When you say it's hard. So remembering that you are consistently moving, you are energy, you are shifting and manifesting and creating so much more than you know. So the energy inside of you, can you recognize that this movement is possible? Can you begin talking to yourself, bringing your higher self in, bringing your heart into the picture, bringing God into the picture, the universe, source, whatever it is that you believe in, that you really resonate with, a part of you, into the space to help you create one little tool or practice to help you in those moments that you are experiencing deep, dark emotions, or just really intense emotions or triggers and reactions towards things that may seem really simple or small. And at the end of the day, if you're having a big reaction to something that is called small, then it is not small. And there's a deeper purpose and a deeper connection a lot of the times to our childhood. So when we get to tune into that and recognize, you know, why it's happening, we get to reshape it. We get to rewrite the story. So bring gratitude to what this moment is, to be able to have the opportunity to actually do that, to recognize it and see it from a higher standpoint. Bring yourself to that higher standpoint. That's going to be so helpful in inner child work in general. Bring your higher self in, bring that higher point of view, that higher perspective. Allow yourself to see with eyes that aren't necessarily attached. Allow yourself to see from this point of view where you are simply here transmuting and alchemizing and bringing things into harmony without the attachment. Can you bring yourself up to that in your meditations and your practices, and allow yourself to begin seeing that part of you, that inner child part of you within those moments, and offer them love? Be their angel, all right? Be the mother, be the father. Be the parent in this situation. Be that for yourself. Nourish, nurture yourself. How can you nurture yourself? And this is a question that I personally come back to every single week. I'm like, all right, this week, how can I nourish myself? Or if I'm feeling myself really vulnerable and it feels scary sometimes, and maybe we just like, let it all out there. Like sometimes I'll do that. I'll be in moments where I just like share everything and I'm like, whoa, that was a lot. Why did I just do that? You know, within those times, can we offer ourselves and ask us how we need to be nurtured, what our inner child actually needs, and allowing this to be playful. When I say like being playful, recognize that you're moving forward. No matter where you're going, we're on this spiral, right? And it's going up. So even though we may meet ourselves like at a similar point, you're at a higher standpoint, okay? You're growing, you're consistently growing. So never feel like that you're going back in time and all of these things. Like, no, this is all a part of the healing process. This is all an experience to bring you deeper into who you are, so you may walk this earth as you, which is what the world needs right now, is us allowing this healing of the child, of our curious selves, of our imagination, of what is actually real and true for us, to allow this play and this magic to be real once again, because that is the only thing that truly is real, is this magic, is this love. Deep grace for yourself in this process. Know that you can just take it a little at a time. Don't feel like you need to necessarily go all the way to the deep end right away. Like, no, give yourself patience and grace. Offer for yourself. Like if you're not ready to fully forgive someone for what have you, a parent, who knows, a sibling, a family member, that's okay. We don't need to force these things. We don't need to force patience. We don't need to force forgiveness. We don't need to force love. Okay, so honor your process. Offer yourself love, offer yourself compassion, and begin to see others and everyone as their own sovereign being with their own choices. Recognize that you are the sole person that has responsibility over yourself, over your beliefs, over your energy. You. No one else. No one else. Yes, you have super divine support, right? We are so blessed, but you are responsible for yourself in this time, at this moment. So recognize that. Does that scare you? What does that feel like? And if you're operating from the space of the inner child, it may feel scary because you're just a kid, right? So check in. Bring your current self to meet that inner child every single day if you need to. If you feel that these, what is happening is really tied to that. A lot of the times we can push away the truth within our spiritual journeys and our healing and what is arising. We can push that away. And this is an opportunity not to push that away. This is the reminder right now. Don't push it away. That's just creating deeper suffering and deeper suppression of what is true and real. And for this letting go and this release to actually happen, it needs that energetic momentum, that choice within you, and allowing it to be natural within the process. So drop in and know that you are safe there. You are safe there. Do what you need to make yourself feel safe. But at the end of the day, like, your inner child wants to listen to you, to see what's going on in your life, to be a part of it, to be up to date with the beliefs, right? You get to have these conversations. And this is something that I do with myself. I talk to my inner child about certain things, and some of it I'm like, oh, why would you, like, you're still holding on to this person or the situation because it offered her something, right? It offered her a sense of like familiarity or love, and I got to speak to her, and this was just last night. I got to speak to her and really see what was going on, and to just reassure her and to share with her like what we're moving into and what is really going to be healthy for us moving forward, and all of these things, definitely in a way that honors her but is also honoring me and where we're moving forward, because we are in this together, and just like constantly reminding like you're here, you're not going anywhere, like you are not forgotten, you are safe, I've got you, right? I've got you, like I'm here. If you need something, you let me know. I'm gonna check in and we'll see what arises at this time. So yeah. Let me know if you have any questions about inner child healing or what you're moving through, what you're working through. It's so helpful to express these things and allow them to come out. And I would love to answer any questions or do more videos on inner child healing, because it's so more in depth than we could possibly know. But like at the simplest level, it's really just this opportunity to speak with ourselves, to really be present with ourselves, to offer ourselves this realization that like, oh, it's not just me, like my child self is over here like pressing buttons and stuff. It's like, all right, let's be on the same page. So get on the same page. Please do share with us in the comments down below. I'd love to support you within that process. If you are looking for deeper like one-on-one support, I do intuitive guidance sessions. I also do coaching, and I have a lot of containers and programs at this time that incorporate that work along with shadow work and all of the other things. But I pray that this really just assisted you in remembering that, your inner child's important. They're there, and that this is a process of letting go, and it requires a sense of grace and patience from ourselves, and really tuning into us and not necessarily taking everything from the external. Like, we are the angels here, all right? We are the saviors, if you will, of our inner child. We get to be that for them, get to hold space for ourselves in that way, get to hold space for our inner child in that way. And Yeah, it's a beautiful journey, and I will tell you this, that everything lands, all right? As you're continuing to move through your practices and the little baby steps that you're taking and the checking in and the moments and the little moments of expression where you're opening up little by little by little by little, it lands, and you realize one day that you are embodying that which you were really working on just like a few months ago or even like a year ago, and you don't even realize it. So recognize the growth that you have made in this process at this time, and give yourself some love and gratitude and celebrate yourself within that, and continue moving forward. This is huge. Continue moving forward. You got this. The past it's over there. The release is occurring. If you're setting that intention, allowing, honoring your steps, calling in all the support you need, and yeah, love you all so much. Make sure you like this video. If you're not subscribed, please do subscribe if you made it all the way to the end. It's free and it really does support me. I'm sending you all so much love. I will see you all in another video.